Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new Jurassic World Evolution 2 live stream. My name is Jens. I am part of the community team here at Frontier, and it is my absolute pleasure to be your host for the next hour and change here. Maybe we go about 90 minutes today to talk about some stuff coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm very excited. Today we're going to be talking about some of the new maps that are coming to challenge mode. We're bringing over some Chaos Theory maps to challenge mode. We're going to be checking out one of them in the stream later today. I'm very excited about that, and I see there are a lot of excited people in chat already. Heather G here, of course, from the mod team. We've got Jurassic Gaming here. Hernandez Lopez. Magic Smash says hello in chat. Editors 18 says go Jens. Thank you very much. Right Bananas is here saying Tyrannosaurus Jens. Very much appreciate all the love and excitement we've got going in chat. Very appreciated. Yeah, a lot of people. It's very cool to see. I won't be doing this alone for this particular stream. I'm joined through the magic of the internet from the Jurassic World Evolution 2 team by Emma Rydstrom. Emma, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. It's very exciting to have you here on the stream. Is this your first time?
No, I've been on streams before, not for Jurassic World Evolution, but when I worked on Planet Zoo.
Ah, interesting. So yeah, first Jurassic World Evolution 2 live stream then we can definitely say. So yeah, why don't you sort of kick us off and introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Emma. I'm a game designer on Jurassic World Evolution 2, and I've been working on the new challenge levels.
And that is absolutely what we're going to be checking out today. And a question we ask all our guests on this live stream is, what is your favorite dinosaur, if you have one? I know it's tricky. I know it's difficult to pick sometimes.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you feel like you have one.
It's really hard to pick. I've been thinking about it. I think maybe the compies, because they're so small. The Compsognathus.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one. They're very hard to pronounce, but they're very small and cute.
My technique when it comes to some dinosaur names that are a bit tricky is to just try to get a running start, just go full force into the word, and then if you say it incorrectly, you know, it's fine generally. In my experience.
Yeah, I hesitated a bit too much there.
But yeah, it is lovely to have you here. And then, as I said earlier, we're here to talk about challenge mode. We're here to talk about some new maps that we're rolling out. We're also here to reveal the answer to the Know Your Dino puzzle from earlier this week. Adam, I'm talking to Adam behind the scenes here. Adam, could we maybe get that up on the screen for people to see? There we go. Interesting looking dinosaur, not one I've really seen before. Any thoughts, Emma, on what this could be?
I don't know. Could be anything. Looks really cool though.
It does look really cool.
Super excited to find out.
Yeah, I really like the colors on this. Like it looks
definitely.
Really good.
It's very bright.
Yeah, bright, vibrant, lovely. So yeah, also a bunch of people in chat saying, of course, hi Emma, and
hello.
So please say hello to chat if you. And yeah, so there are plenty of guesses in the chat. We're going to let you sit with it for just a little bit longer, but do not worry, we will show you the answer later on in the stream, so please do stick around. But first, let's talk a bit about the Chaos Theory maps coming to challenge mode. Could you, Emma, quickly share a bit more about this?
Yeah, so we've brought over the Chaos Theory maps to challenge mode, but they all have like a new little twist on them, some new gameplay conditions and goals, just to make things interesting. It's a good idea to make things, good idea to make things a bit more interesting. Put some tiny like twists and turns on it. I think there's a lot of new interesting stuff in there.
Maybe some new conditions, some new goals that players have to reach. What's it been like to work on these new maps and like figuring out the different conditions, figuring out the different challenges that people have to meet?
It's been great. It's been really exciting. It's just fun to think about what the players are going to experience and how they're going to get through the level.
Because some of the inspiration from these on these maps come from the chaos theory levels themselves. I assume there's some sort of it's not a full overlap, but there's some similarities, is what I'm trying to say in the scenario.
Yeah, and and I had the movies in mind as well, trying to get some inspiration from there.
That sounds very, very cool. And we're going to see what that looks like when we jump into a level. But first, I just want to mention that if you're interested in learning more about all the new maps that are coming to Challenge Mode, the 5 Chaos Theory maps that are coming to Challenge Mode, you can head on over to our forums, forums.frontier.co.uk, and head into the Jurassic World Evolution 2 sub-forum, and you can find it right up there where it lists out all the different maps and what you will need to do in order to succeed in each of them. But I think we can just jump straight into a level. And so I'm going to bring out this lap board here. And why don't you, Emma, introduce us to this map?
Yeah. So this is the 3rd of the new levels, and it might be one of my favorites. I really like this one. So it's got a twist on it where you have tour areas. So there's a big tour area in the middle, and then you have buildable areas where you can build things like your amenities and all the buildings. But in the tour area, I think of it as like a bit of a safari where you have the tracks going through, and then you just have lots of dinosaurs that are kind of roaming free. They're technically not wild because you still have to breed them and release them, but or synthesize them and release them. But it's a much more natural looking experience, I think.
Yeah, definitely. For people in chat asking, this is Isla Sorna, which is the, like you said, the 3rd Challenge Mode map. It is from the 3rd film in the Jurassic Park series. And as Emma mentioned, we have a big, wide open tour area right here. And then we have these areas here, which is where I'm allowed to build. So this is, I'm about 10, 15, 20 minutes into the level at this point. And as you can see, so I've built out an expedition center, I built out a science center, and then some of these buildings were here already. And already I'm slowly running out of space.
Yeah.
So I will definitely need to be careful about what I place and where I need to place it. But yeah, connecting everything is this big Jurassic tour that's running through it all. And then in the middle right now, I've got some Struthiomimus running around. But what do you think? Should we add in some more dinosaurs, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
So right now in the hatchery, I've got a set of Parasaurolophus ready to go. So I figured we can just release these and see how this goes. I also got some Triceratops there ready for incubation because they've just finished synthesis. And of course, I want to give my Parasaurolophuses one of my favorite skins, the Lux skin, which then once night falls, which will make them glow in the dark. I learned what this is called a few weeks ago, but now I forget what the terminology is. But someone in chat will probably let me know. But yeah, they glow in the dark. And so in this middle area here, I mean, yeah, you can probably let everyone know what I can and can't do in this particular middle area while I make sure that these dinosaurs are happy.
Yeah, so you can edit the environment to make sure that, like you said, that the dinosaurs are happy. Place down some little brushes and water and things. You can place down feeders as well if you happen to place any animals that require those. And obviously the tour track as well, so that the guests can view everything. And also the ranger huts, so that you can keep an eye on your dinosaurs.
Yeah, the ranger posts.
Yeah, that's the one. And one thing that we forgot to mention as well is that as you get more stars on the level, you'll expand into a bigger area as well. So this is just the starting area.
Definitely. So as it says in the lower right-hand corner, it says expand park boundary. So once I reach 2 stars, I should be able to unlock this area here. And I do believe there's even another area beyond that, which I'll then have to sort of connect in any way I can. But right now we have this park going through everything. Our dinosaurs generally are doing okay, I think. But yeah, I wouldn't want to introduce any carnivores into this area, I think, right now.
Definitely not.
Do you have any like tips and tricks for this particular level, or any for the other challenge mode levels that are being implemented into the game?
Yeah, I guess just spend some time figuring out what's going on at the beginning of the level when you first start out. See what's happening. Figure out a little plan. I think especially for this one, it's important to think ahead about what dinosaurs you want to place, because it's such a big wide open area. You don't want too many fights going on, so consider which ones get along and which ones might fight.
For sure. So the reason I chose Parasaurolophus and to go with these Struthiomimuses, because these were here already, is specifically because I know they will get along, and I think also if I send out one of these Triceratopses, they should generally also get along with everything else in here. So I think I'm okay, but you can never be too sure when it comes to some of these dinosaurs. I wouldn't want to place any like Stegosauruses in with the Triceratops, for example.
No, definitely not. I do think it's fun in this level, though, just to release dinosaurs and then see how they all interact with each other.
Definitely. I think if I'm able to do so later on, because I do need to grow out some of these, build out some of these genomes that I have here. We can see if we can release something else. But right now, I think I also need to start earning. We're doing okay on profits, but we might need to start earning a bit more. So let's take a look at our right now. Not a lot of guests coming in for me to place down something here, but I did give them a restroom just that they come in from the arrival point, because I'm thinking, you've been on a helicopter for a while and you're suddenly on this new island, there's dinosaurs everywhere, you probably need to use the bathroom at some point.
Probably. So it's a long flight.
I think it's a pretty long flight, like from Costa Rica all the way here via helicopter. So I always make sure to place down a restroom for my guests, just where the arrival point is. Thank you very much. I do my very best. And so I mean the sort of flow of the level is generally the same as with other challenge mode levels, where you collect your fossils, you get your DNA, you build your dinosaur genomes, you bioengineer them and release them into your parks, and then continue from there and try to bring up this star rating. And I think we can just keep going, keep building out. I'm going to see if there's any questions from chat as well. Javier Game Raptor asking, how many maps will it be? It will be 5 maps, each based on the different chaos theory levels. And so we need to do some research before we can do another staff center. But so there's one going to be based on Jurassic Park, and then the Lost World, and then all the other parks as it goes, basically. But I wanted to showcase this one because I think this is at least one of my favorites, because of this big tour area and because of this limited space that you have here in the on the sides there, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. It's very unique, I think.
For sure.
This level.
Can you talk a bit about some of the what players can expect in terms of conditions, maybe restrictions from some of the other levels as well, while I continue releasing dinosaurs?
Yeah, so there's a lot of exciting things in the other levels as well. We've got some new traits for the dinosaurs in some of the levels. Like, for example, we have the intelligent dinosaurs that they're a bit sneaky. They have a higher chance of breaking out when there's things that they see that they want to get to. So you have to be a bit careful with like how you build their enclosures and where you place them. There's fussy dinosaurs as well, which, like the word implies, they're a bit fussy. They aren't as happy with just anything. You need to be a bit more considerate of their environment. And then one of the levels as well has some automated dinosaur shipments which is interesting. So you don't synthesize any dinosaurs in the level. You just get in shipments.
They keep
and then
coming in, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So then you need to quickly kind of build up the park and make sure that you have room for the dinosaurs that are being delivered.
I think the both the intelligent and fussy dinosaurs in particular sound what am I going to say, a bit scary and a bit daunting now and again, because especially reading about the intelligent dinosaurs and the way they will sort of test your fences and make sure that, you know, because they want to go outside, I'm assuming, at some point
definitely.
during these levels. So yeah, keep an eye out for that when you're starting to play some of these challenge mode maps, and yeah, it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and also any progress and star ratings that you get in these maps will also allow you to unlock the other challenge mode maps as well. So there's a lot of things that you can sort of get your what is it I like to write, claws, teeth, and talons into, as it were. So there's a lot of things that you can sort of dig into, and like as I'm adding more dinosaurs in here, I'm trying to be wary of where they can where the dinosaurs sort of should live, because right now the Parasaurolophuses and the Struthiomimuses, they're overlapping, but you know, at some point if I want to add something else, maybe I should try to put it in this corner, maybe in the corner over here, along with a poor lonely Triceratops right now. So I'm trying to give her a friend. I'm trying to give her a friend before she gets too sad. But I think she's gonna start building out her territory, and hopefully she'll be okay. I just need to give her a friend, basically.
Yeah, I think so.
And I started doing that as well. And so let's see, another one here. That's a bit aggressive, so it might attack someone else, but hopefully it won't do that too much. We'll see. I mean, it's challenge mode. It's going to be a bit of a challenge now and again.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see here. A comment here from Jurassic Gaming says that you'll have to be a bit patient when playing these levels, of course, but I think you're gonna do great, Jurassic Gaming. And so yeah, and as we mentioned, as the star rating goes up, you'll be able to expand out as well by doing the research for it, similar to other levels, both in Chaos Theory and in challenge mode. So let's see. I also want to at some point do this. I'm just thinking of all the possibilities I want to do in this map and all the things that I want. I just want to dig into it and just play and just have fun with it. But I think we're gonna actually let you go. I think we're actually gonna let you go, Emma. But please, everyone out there, keep an eye out for these new challenge mode maps coming very, very soon. Chaos Theory maps coming very, very soon to challenge mode. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with them. And yeah. Anything else you want to share with everyone before we let you go, Emma, from the stream?
No, I just hope everyone enjoys the new maps.
Yeah, and I mean, you've obviously put a lot of time and work and a lot of effort into making these as well, and I think this as a sort of variation on the theme of Jurassic Park 3 and the Jurassic Park 3 Chaos Theory level is a really good one, really cool and interesting twist on things, because you're building a park, but you're building a park in a very different way from what you might be used to, and I think that's a really cool thing to do. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, Emma, and of course chat says thank you and and wishing you a fond farewell, but thank you so much for joining me on the stream, and we will let you go for now, but I would love to have you back in the future. And all right, so I'm going to put this away here. And then, so yeah, that is just a small taste of Chaos Theory in challenge mode. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Isla Sorna take its place among the challenge mode levels, but there also will be levels based on Jurassic Park. So you'll have 1993 Isla Nublar, there will be San Diego, from the Lost World inspired Chaos Theory level, and there will also be Isla Nublar from 2015 and 2018, I believe, if I'm remembering my write-up correctly. But you can find a write-up about all of this over on our forums, forums.frontier.co.uk, and head over into the Jurassic World Evolution 2 subforum. Okay, again, thank you so much to Emma for joining me on the stream. It was great to have her here. And coming up, we do have something really, really special that we want to share. If you missed it, we're going to show it again. There's been a Know Your Dino post out on our social channels recently that may or may not have been a little bit tricky for some people. I think we can bring it up on the screen again. There it is. It is a pretty cool looking dinosaur. Really like the color we've got going here. Really like some of the shapes we've got going on. And there's been a lot of really, really interesting guesses from people coming in all over the place, both in the live stream chat and on our social channels. I mean, yeah, Heather G says it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Sir Epic Duck says it's a magical Leopleurodon. We do already have one, a Leopleurodon. It is unfortunately not that magical, but it's very magical to behold. But as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have any magical power. But that would be very interesting. It could lead us to Candy Mountain. Who knows? Who knows? Someone on YouTube chat just said it's a cow. Someone asking if it's a beaver. Not really the game we've got going here, but you know, it's not a bad guess. It is definitely not a bad guess, and we're really liking all of the obviously it's a giraffe, says Lego Brainiac. Is it the gaming beaver? No, it is not. Could have been if he decided to wear red one day. I don't know. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun seeing everyone's excitement. It's been a lot of fun seeing everyone's guesses in both the chat and on our social channels. And yeah, I can say that this is certainly a little bit different to what we've seen before. But you may be able to figure it out sooner rather than later. Some of you may have already figured it out. And yeah, it's going to be, it's a very, very fun one. Very, very fun one. It's a rhino, guys. No, it's not. Clearly a red panda. It's clearly red. It definitely is. But there are some very, very fun and cool guesses, and I'm very, very excited to be able to share something with you. And yeah, hope you enjoy. That's right, everyone. It is the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Biosyn Expansion coming your way June 14th. I am so excited to finally be able to talk about this with everyone. This may have been one of the hardest secrets I've had to keep my entire life. But this is, yeah, we'll be sharing, don't go anywhere. We will be sharing more from the expansion during the stream. Please don't go away. But I mean, first off, did you like the trailer? And it seems like a lot of people did. A lot of let's goes, a lot of yays, a lot of yeses, a lot of oohs in the in chat here. Very, very excited to see that. And yes, there we will have more to share during the stream here. So please don't go anywhere. To talk about the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Biosyn Expansion, I am joined by, you know him, you love him, Rich Newbold.
Hey everyone. Hey Jens, how you doing?
Hi Rich. I mean,
it was great because I'm watching you like as the trailer was
watching me vamp for 5 minutes.
I could feel the excitement and the anxiety, and you're like, it's coming, it's coming, it's going to be so great. And like the last few weeks and the few months of just you like being so excited about it.
Just watching the clock on the side there, knowing, it's coming. 5 seconds, 4 seconds.
No, it was great. I love just being in that atmosphere, being around you, being so excited about it.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for having me. Thank you everyone for welcoming me back.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the couch. I mean, for people who don't know you, why don't you quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold. I'm the game director on Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Yes, you've been with us many a stream at this point.
I have now.
And you're sort of the person with the sort of overview of everything happening on Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Yeah, so my job is to be the creative vision for the project. I'm the person that figures out what the content is, what the features are, what the schedule is going to be, what we put in the game. I'm working with the team to bring it all to life and give it to you guys as our wonderful community.
Someone's asking if Rich will be in this expansion pack. I don't think you are. Your last name is in the game though.
Yes, so we put all of the development team's names if they'd like to into the scientist pool. So you could have a randomly generated Rich Newbold.
Yes, amazing.
Probably more handsome. But yes, so yeah.
Great comment here from Desime 1999. We don't like it, we love it.
Good.
So there's a lot of excited people in our live stream chat right now, and like I said, hardest secret for me to keep my entire life, and knowing about this for as long as I've known about this. Just now we can talk about it. Amazing.
It's out there. It's out there. Everyone knows it's going to come June 14th.
Yeah, June 14th. So, Rich, what can players expect?
So, the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Biosyn Expansion is a DLC that contains new campaign. We have a new Chaos Theory level inspired by the events of Jurassic World Dominion. We have new dinosaur species. We have new dinosaur variants. We have a new building set. We have lots of great stuff for players to get their hands on and enjoy. Inspired by Jurassic World Dominion, which is the film that we're all excited that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So
And the name suggests that there's some tie-in here to Jurassic World Dominion, the new film coming up on June 10th.
It is.
So new film June 10th, and then new DLC, new expansion coming June 14th. Very, very exciting there. How does it tie in to things? Can we talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so the DLC has a campaign mode that is inspired by the events of Jurassic World Dominion. The player is going to be going and working for alongside Biosyn Genetics, who are in the new movie. You're going to be going to Biosyn Valley and working to build their research compound that they're putting inside this valley. And we also have a new Chaos Theory level for Jurassic World Dominion, where you're going to be building a park facility, and in that level it's about protecting your dinosaurs from rustlers trying to come in and take your dinosaurs away. So it's a great new mechanic we've added in that level, so it's going to be lots of fun for players to deal with the constant worry about rustlers coming in and taking your dinosaurs away when you're needing them to be in your parking facility. And we have lots of new exciting dinosaurs.
Yes, absolutely. Very, very exciting dinosaurs.
Jurassic World is nothing without the dinosaurs, and Jurassic World Dominion has lots of new dinosaur species in it. So we've got a section of some incredible ones from the film in the expansion, and we have a new building set as well. So it's because you're working in the campaign with Biosyn Genetics, there's a lot of buildings that you'll be using in that campaign, and we've that building set will be available to players in Sandbox as well.
So Biosyn buildings coming to Sandbox mode with this expansion. I see there's a lot of questions in chat asking whether or not this is paid or free. So this right now, the Dominion Biosyn expansion, is a paid DLC. Coming June 14th, cost will be £15.99, €19.99, or $19.99. So yeah, around £16 or €20 or $20, just to get that out there as well. And all the information that we're sharing on this stream will also be posted on our forums. It's also posted on Steam. So yeah, if you don't want to wait, you can go there. But please stay on the stream.
Stay with us. That's
we're cool. Stay with us. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, brand new dinosaurs. We've already seen a very extreme close-up on one of them, and pretty much everyone immediately saw what it was.
The Brachiosaurus.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. It's just like a feather boa.
Yeah, Brachiosaurus. You put a red feather boa on it, and then it looked beautiful. No, of course, it was the Pyroraptor. Can we get him? That was a cue, Adam. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Green117 saying, my credit card just keeps bouncing off the screen. Help me, Frontier.
I love this dinosaur. It's one of the first feathered dinosaurs that they're bringing to Jurassic World Evolution 2 as part of the expansion. The Pyroraptor. It's such a beautiful design. It's such a unique design as well. It's great.
So yeah, this was the Know Your Dino dinosaur that we wanted to share with everyone.
And it sounds like the community really do know their dinosaurs.
They do 100% know their dinosaurs.
We thought that one might have been a bit hard, but it was,
Yeah, you
guys are really clever.
Freddie saying that they're in love with this DLC already, and I gotta say the Pyroraptor looks absolutely incredible with the feathers everywhere, like the full coloration, just absolutely.
It's got great vibrant red,
dinosaur.
Grey and blue accent feathers, so it's great, especially it looks great in a still, but also looks great moving around your parks and facilities as well. And
this being the cousin of a Velociraptor, it's quite a social creature.
That's
so
right.
You'll need multiples of it in your parks as well.
So if you're incubating and synthesizing, that's my tip. Make sure you have at least 2 of them. Otherwise, you're gonna have one disgruntled Pyroraptor causing mayhem, havoc in your park, unless you like that.
Unless you like that stuff, yeah. And with these, with the Pyroraptor, we were adding in some new behaviors, because this being a feathered dinosaur, it needs to, much like birds, which we're assuming that evolved from dinosaurs. It needs to maybe clean its feathers now and again. Maybe it'll get wet and needs to get the wetness off.
When we looked at adding feathered dinosaurs to Jurassic World Evolution 2, we kind of looked at wanting to improve the behaviors that these dinosaurs had. So we looked at what kind of feathered animals and birds do in real life, and when they're wet, when they're snowy, but when they're covered in snow, when they have things on them, they will kind of perform a shake animation. We've added that behavior as well. So we've added they will now do that kind of behavior in game if they get wet. So it just adds that level of detail about them being real and authentic in the environments that they're going to be found in.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're interested in, so we may have a bit of a sneak peek at some of these behaviors in an upcoming dev journal. So I believe it is next week we're going to be posting a dev journal on our forums with some information from our amazing character team and our amazing animation team with a tiny sneak peek at what some of these new behaviors could look like. So please be on the lookout for that dev journal.
Yeah, if you really love the detail of how we produce these dinosaurs and what we do to make the behaviors as realistic as possible, the dev journals are a great way to find out about that information.
Yes, but I think, there are some other feathered dinosaurs in this pack as well, but I think before we get to those, we have some variants and some dinosaur skins that I think we need to talk about first. So we're going to keep you, please stay with us, but I think you're going to like some of these variants and skins as well. And I do believe the first one coming up is a very scary one.
I mean, a lot of them are pretty scary.
Yeah, a lot of them are
pretty
pretty scary.
And everything scares you. But this one, yes, is quite terrifying.
It is quite terrifying, and I do believe it should be none other than the Giganotosaurus. So let's take a look at the Giganotosaurus variant from the Dominion Biosyn Expansion. Now, this obviously based on the Giganotosaurus from Jurassic World Dominion.
That's right. You might have seen it in the trailers, terrorizing all those beloved, iconic characters from the franchise. And the Giganotosaurus is one of the new variants that we've added Jurassic World Evolution 2 as part of the expansion. It's a terrifying beast.
It is quite terrifying, but also, it looks like someone had a design for it, rather than just like let's make it scary, but like let's make it scary in a very specific way.
It's a really nice design that they've. The way it looks in the film, that's something we want to bring live as well. It's going to be a challenge for you, but I know the community are going to be great at making sure this one stays safe in their parks.
The biggest carnivore the world has ever seen, according to Dr. Alan Grant.
It's pretty big.
This being a variant means that it is it's more than just a dinosaur skin. There may be some size differences. There may be some differences in behaviors.
It's a different look. It will move in a different way than the existing Giganotosaurus that we have in the game. So we call them variants because we do put a lot of hard work in how they look and how they move and how they sound in the game as well. So it's a new dinosaur, but it's got the same name as an existing dinosaur that we have. So we kind of label them as a variant just to make it clear that it is different.
Yes, and you can. With the Camp Cretaceous dinosaur pack, you could see some of those differences right right away with the Tyrannosaurus and the Kentrosaurus, whereas there's some differences in some of those. And it will be similar to this Giganotosaurus or Giganotosaurus, depending on.
I always do hard G.
Yeah, me too.
Giganotosaurus.
Yeah, GIF and Giganotosaurus.
That's a good way to think about it.
Fergie the Duck says bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger? Because sometimes bigger is better, I think. Yeah,
always.
And definitely the Giganotosaurus looks absolutely incredible. So let's go into one of the dinosaur skins. This first one is of a herbivore, which you may also have seen in the trailer for Jurassic World Dominion. Let's take a look at the one of the skins for Parasaurolophus. So Parasaurolophus is getting 3 new skins with this expansion, and because and based on what they look like in Jurassic World
Dominion, they have a different look, as they have done in some of the previous Jurassic World movies. So we've added 3 new skins for you based on and inspired by their look and appearance in Jurassic World Dominion.
Yes, and so this is but one of them. There are 2 others.
Yeah.
We're going to keep them a little close to the vest for the time being, but we wanted to really share this. I mean, lovely screenshots of the Parasaurolophus.
The patination on these ones in Jurassic World Dominion, I really like the way they look in this. They've got the nice blue kind of striping. It's a new vibrant feel, especially in the snowy environments as well.
And I mean, this screenshot itself looks a lot like the scene you see from the trailer with with Owen and everything. So I think kudos to our team for sort of recreating that scene, as it were. I think that looks really good. And the last skin, we're going to talk about one more dinosaur skin, and I think this one people are going to get. I think people are going to like this last one as well. Before we get back to talking about some of our feathered friends, because let's talk about the T-Rex, classic Jurassic Park World dinosaur, and now updated in a 2022. I'm not going to say variant because that means something else, but version. Yes. This is a new skin for the T-Rex, the 2022 skin.
Yes, this is out the Tyrannosaurus Rex we've seen now in many of the Jurassic franchise movies. This is based on her appearance in Jurassic World Dominion that you might have seen in the footage in the trailer, where she's at the driving theatre. She's now been through so many experiences in her life, bless her. So in the Dominion Biosyn Expansion, we have a version that's based on her appearance in the film. She has all those scars from all those battles and experiences that she's been in.
She's had a long life.
She's had a long life since 1993. That she's been through so many things now.
Yeah,
so.
And I don't know generally how old Rexy or Roberta, depending on which part of the fandom you belong to, I'm assuming, how old she was in the original Jurassic Park film. But obviously, Jurassic World takes place around 30 years or something after that, because generally they take place in the year they release.
Yes, that's
right.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, I mean, she's at least 40-ish.
She must be,
at this point.
So she's definitely been through some things now.
And I think it's really cool that you can now see those experiences reflected in this particular skin and in how she looks. I think it's really cool. Also, well done to the character team for doing that. We also have some, as I mentioned, there's going to be 3 skins for the Parasaurolophus, which we showed earlier, and some things that we're going to mention today but not going to show is that we're also bringing out a new variant for the Dreadnoughtus, which is going to make it even bigger.
It's really big in Jurassic World Dominion. It's a lot bigger than kind of the Dreadnoughtus that we already had in Jurassic World Evolution 2, and this version inspired by the one in the film is huge. It's really lives up to the name Dreadnoughtus, which inspires. Just the size, just the name feels weighty and huge, and the version in Jurassic World Dominion and in the expansion is really big, and it's going to be a real challenge. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you can definitely put the different Dreadnoughtuses together, and then you will certainly see a difference between them. And correct me if I'm wrong, do they appear in the Dominion trailer, or am I misremembering? I might be misremembering, but there's a lot. I remember a lot of that trailer, but you put me on the spot there again. I'd have to check that one. All right, sorry about that. The final skin that I want to mention is that we're also rolling out a 2022 skin for the Dilophosaurus, which I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Dilophosaurus in the films. Yeah, I think it's the first one, and then in Dominion. Yes, it's not been seen kind of on screen since Jurassic Park. So I'm excited to see it in Jurassic World Dominion because it's one of the most iconic dinosaurs. Yes. For me, it was one of those. It's the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park. they were terrifying. But the Dilophosaurus invoked whole different levels of fear with the frills and what it did to Nedry. So I'm really excited to see it in the film, and we're excited to bring it to players as part of the expansion as well, and the new look that it has.
And last but not least, something I forgot to mention is that there will also be a feathered variant, feathered skin for the T-Rex, based on its appearance in the 65 million BC part of the Dominion prologue.
Yes. So
there's just a lot of information in my head right now, so you know.
Jens has had it in his head for months, and he's been so excited. Yes, there's a feathered version based on its appearance in the prologue, which is set back in the, I think it's the Cretaceous age, 65 million years ago. So there's a feathered skin version of the Tyrannosaurus Rex available for players as well.
Yeah. So to recap, these are the variants and skins that we're bringing out with the Dominion Biosyn Expansion. There's a Dreadnoughtus variant. There's a Giganotosaurus variant based on its appearance in Jurassic World Dominion. There's a scarred and feathered skin for T-Rex. So one scarred and one feathered, just to be very, very clear, based on how they look in how the T-Rex looks in the two parts of the Jurassic World Dominion prologue. There is a new skin for the Dilophosaurus, reflecting how it looks in the film, and 3 new skins for Parasaurolophus, reflecting how they look in the new film as well. So that's quite a lot right there. And then, of course, we mentioned the Pyroraptor. We talked about that earlier. Nice, vibrant, nice red, beautiful plumage. Absolutely. And but we've got some other things that we need to talk about. So. Let's continue with something that's also feathered, but it is not a carnivore. It's quite tall, and it might just scare you, even though it's a herbivore.
I'm already scared at tall. Tall and feathered.
Tall and feathered. And it has some very, very impressive claws. So please, everyone, give a warm welcome to the Therizinosaurus, which just, tall.
It's an incredible dinosaur. It doesn't look it, but it's a herbivore.
Yes.
Those claws, the size, the intimidation factor that it has, you're definitely thinking this is a carnivore. It's actually a herbivore. And in the game, it's territorial, so you want to make sure that it's in with certain different types of dinosaurs that it will get along with. It might not get along with many of the others, so it's going to be a real challenge for players.
Yeah, but so this is a feathered bipedal herbivore, and might be the first herbivore we have with those giant claws.
It's definitely the first herbivore. It's the first thing, the first dinosaur we're going to go with claws that just look like that.
Yes.
Just intimidating and terrifying.
And there's of course, the question obviously is, does it use the claws to fight? You'll have to wait and see, but we just described it as territorial, so it might not enjoy anything coming into its...
It might not, no.
No, but it's, again, like the character team, like the artists, have done an incredible job with just making this look and feel alive and just vibrant and all that stuff. And
it is a feathered dinosaur, as you say, but it's got a completely different feather design. I think the word feathers it actually means multiple different types of feathers. So it has a different kind of feel and look to the feathers you might find on the Pyroraptor. So the character team have done a great job bringing both different types of feathered dinosaurs to life.
Yes. So there was a question here in chat. What about a Giga variant? We just showed it earlier, but so I saw that you were watching us on YouTube. You can just rewind just a little bit, a few minutes, and you'll be able to see the Giganotosaurus variant, which is coming out with this Dominion Biosyn Expansion. If you are just joining us, my name is Jens. I'm from the community team. I'm joined by Rich Newbolt from the game team, from the dev team.
It works.
It works, yeah. And we just revealed about 20 minutes ago the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Biosyn Expansion, the brand new DLC, brand new paid DLC coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2 on June 14th. Just wanted to mention that right off the bat in case people wondering what are they talking about? What's all this? We just had a look at the Therizinosaurus, and it looks absolutely incredible, I gotta say. Yeah. And I can't wait for people to see all these in motion. And because I've gotten to see some of it already, but there is just some, as we mentioned before with the Pyroraptor, there's some interesting new behaviors that we've seen as well. And just the animation team has done really, really.
They've got a glimpse in the announced
work.
trailer, but
Yes.
when you see them in game, they are incredible to behold.
If you missed the announced trailer, check that out on our YouTube channel as well after the stream, because we got more stuff coming up.
We do.
Can you, before we move any further, can you talk a bit about some of the work that's gone into creating these dinosaurs?
Yeah, so
other creatures that are coming.
So the character team have been working very closely with our friends at Universal, making sure that the dinosaurs and the new species variants and skins that we're bringing to life in the expansion are as true to their counterparts in Jurassic World Dominion as possible. We want the versions that you guys in the community get your hands on as part of the game to be as accurate and as awe-inspiring as you're going to see if you go to see Jurassic World Dominion. So they worked really hard, especially on the feather tech, which was a new technology that we added to Jurassic World Evolution 2. None of our dinosaurs before that had that feather technology on it. The way they look with those feathers it's been great. They've worked really hard to make it look and feel and move in the wind or react in the rain, and adding extra behaviors like the shake animation if they get wet. The character team, the animation team have done an incredible job to bring them all to life. There's been lots of challenges with some of these dinosaurs, but it's been great because we've been working together to really have come, and we've had lots of fun doing it as well.
It's that level of detail with for example, like you mentioned, the shaking animations behaviors. Sorry, after they've been in the rain, for example. It's that level of detail that I really have come to appreciate when working on this game as well, because you don't necessarily notice it in the moment, but for like the second or the third time you see it, you're like, oh yeah, I didn't. Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. Like like we said, it makes them feel a lot more alive, like actual living
the
creatures.
team do an incredible job in adding all that detail to anything we do in the game to make sure that you guys can really see those moments happen. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, I like this and that. We always like that kind of reaction in plays.
For sure, and I think there's going to be a lot of tiny clips posted on our social channels and on, I believe, the subreddit. There's probably going to clip the most of this this stream already and post it there. But yeah, we're gonna move forward to the next animal in this pack, because it is pack expansion.
It's definitely not a dinosaur.
It is definitely not a dinosaur. It is a it is a carnivore. We can say that. It's very low to the ground, so we're going from something very tall to something very, very low. A reptile that died out millions of years before dinosaurs even existed. I think is kind of cool that we're bringing this to the game for the first time.
One of the oldest animals we've got in the game. It is the oldest one that we'll have in the game.
So let's take a look at the Dimetrodon. And there it is, looking just gorgeous. I just really love the just giant back sail.
The sail is just an incredible visual, striking thing about this non-mammalian synapsid. It is not a dinosaur.
Careful.
So yet another species in the game that I have to make sure to make a mental note. Now we have dinosaurs, we have flying reptiles, marine reptiles,
and now one non-mammalian synapsid.
But this has been a great addition and a really exciting one for us to work on, because, as you say, the sail is it's really striking. The way it moves and kind of navigates around your environment. It's very low to the ground. It's a carnivore. It's been great to work on, and the sail has been a great opportunity for us to really explore the different body and pattern colours you're going to have available as a player. So all of the new dinosaurs that we've added will have a film-inspired skin, but they'll also have 7 body colours and the 12 pattern colours as well. I think it's the other way around. However much fun it going. So the 12 body, 7 pattern.
You can mix and match body and pattern color for all of them.
I've probably got
and
it
in
wrong.
addition, there is a 2022 skin.
That's right. Yes.
For
there's lots of
everything in the
takeaway is there's going to be lots of variation and opportunity for you to create different colours in different environments. As well. So
and there's a lot of excitement for the Dimetrodon in the chat as well. People are very, very hyped to see it. So yeah, there's a lot of sort of visual variety you can do with these different animals that we've showcased so far.
Just the 3 dinosaurs we've spoken about. We have the Pyroraptor, which is striking feathers, the Therizinosaurus, which is a really big herbivore. We have our low to the ground carnivore with the sail. Each one of them is incredibly different.
Yeah, and lots of new different ways of moving around with the Dimetrodon as well. Like you said, it's much more low to the ground, because
I love the way it moves around the environment. When it's running across the environment, because it's so low, it just moves in such a cute way. It always makes me smile. And a lot of the different behaviours and the way it interacts with.
I admittedly played around a little bit earlier with an earlier build to check out what it looked like when it was sort of coming out of the hatchery, and it just it looked so good. And with just especially for this for this animal, because I don't want to call it a dinosaur because it technically isn't.
I know.
Just clicking the random skin, random body, and random pattern color is so fun because you get so many just huge variations in how they can look, and I love the way it looks. Absolutely. Okay, so the final animal in this expansion is a flying reptile that I think a lot of people were excited to see both in the trailer, and I think a lot of you are going to be excited to see it in the game. And it is a pterosaur. It's one of the biggest of its age. It's huge.
It is huge. Huge does not huge is such a small word to describe the size. It's really,
And it is also feathered in a sense.
It is, yes.
Yes. And so we will take a look at the biggest flyer that we're introducing to Jurassic World Evolution 2, please. And please excuse me if I'm butchering the name. Quetzalcoatlus. Did I do it right?
You did great.
Yes. Hooray. So, Quetzalcoatlus, seen in the
Jurassic World
Dominion trailer.
You've seen it terrorizing...
Attacking a giant plane. Attacking a plane.
Attacking planes.
Yep.
The Quetzalcoatlus is, as Jen says, it's the biggest flying reptile we've got in the game.
Yes.
It's really big. It's going to be an incredible challenge for you guys to keep it comfortable in the aviaries. It's going to need, I think it needs at least 4 aviaries together before it will be comfortable with the space it's got. It's an incredible addition to Jurassic World Evolution 2, and it's one that we've been really excited to add as part of the Dominion Biosyn expansion. It's got such iconic scenes as you've seen in the trailer, in the film, and the way it flies and glides around the environments is really beautiful.
It's a gorgeous flying reptile, I gotta say, and you will need to. You'll need to build some fairly large aviaries in order to satisfy their...
More than you think.
Yeah, in order to satisfy their space
you've
requirements.
Got enough, add one.
Yeah, just to be safe.
That's my other tip for you guys is, if you think you've got enough, just keep adding some more, and then it's likely to become... Because you don't want this thing escaping from your aviaries.
Yeah, and this will also have the 2022 skin, and then also different body colors and different pattern colors, so you can mix and match them. And I also took a sneak peek at this exiting the aviary hatchery.
The hatchery, yes. The hatchery was
and I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect what I saw.
Yeah, it's an incredibly huge pterosaur, and it's been great to add it to the game.
Absolutely, it just looks coming out of that hatchery. I mean, my jaw. I had to pick my jaw up off the floor because I did not expect it to
the animation
look like that.
team have done a great job making that exit behavior is incredible as it is.
Yeah, for sure. So those are the dinosaurs and 2 other animals. So that is the dinosaurs and the non-mammalian synapsid and the flying reptile coming to the Dominion Biosyn expansion. Yep. So we've got the Pyroraptor, as we mentioned. We've got the Therizinosaurus. We've got the Dimetrodon and the Quetzalcoatlus.
That's right.
Yes, thank you very much for correcting that.
Just me going, yes.
And that comes in addition to all the skins and variants that we talked about earlier. And there is also more that we're going to talk about. Yes. It's just, it's a lot to get with. So I'm trying to just wrap my head around all that we have to talk about. It's a really full
DLC. There's lots of different content and experiences for you as players to enjoy when you pick it up. So whether it's like you enjoy the narrative campaigns or the chaos theory levels, or just want to go into sandbox mode and use the new Biosyn genetics buildings to create your own facility, and then experience all the new dinosaurs, variant skins, and the non-dinosaurs that are flying reptiles, and also the non-mammalian synapsids that are the prehistoric species in the expansion as well. There's going to be so much for you guys to enjoy, whether depending on what you want.
So those are the animals. Those are the things that you can bioengineer and have in your parts. But we're also rolling out some new stuff. We've mentioned that there's a new campaign.
Yes.
And we've also mentioned that there's a brand new Chaos Theory level. And we will have more details to share about that in the future. But we've talked a bit about, I think we can mention very briefly what you'll be doing in the campaign. So I'm just going to make sure that we have that in the write-up as well, so we know that we can actually talk about it.
Okay.
Yes, we can do that. Yes. So you'll be working in Biosyn Valley.
Yeah, there's a valley that Biosyn Genetics have in Jurassic World Dominion, and the player will be there working with Biosyn Genetics to build and develop their new research compound that they're putting in this valley, bringing some of these amazing new dinosaurs and species to life in the valley, and kind of enjoying a story built around that, inspired by the new movie.
Yes, and so there will be some expeditions you will need to go to in order to extract dinosaur DNA, but it's not a worldwide expedition like it is in some of the other game modes, but now you'll be digging for amber.
Yeah, that's right. The valley, the reason that Biosyn are using the valley is because it's its location next to amber mines in those Dolomite Mountains that surround it. So you as a player will be going and performing digs in those amber mines, getting out the amber that has that feathered DNA that allows you to create all of these amazing new feathered dinosaur species.
There's also a brand new Hyperloop transportation system. There's some, just going to make sure that we have this in the, yes we do. There's some invisible fences coming in this campaign as well.
So the Hyperloop transport network, easy for me to say, the Hyperloop network is a way for you to connect buildings together in the valley. So in the movie they use it as a way to get people to different parts of the valley away from the direct proximity of dinosaurs. So they go under the ground to various buildings, to various research outposts, and we do the same thing in the game as well. So you're now no longer needing paths to viewing galleries. You're going to be using these research outposts in the Hyperloop network to connect your operatives to those different buildings, so you can use them as kind of viewing posts. And we also have invisible fences. So in the film, there is no fencing. That traditional fencing that we used to in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, of like there's you, the fence, and the dinosaur. Biosyn Genetics don't have that. They have kind of an open valley. They want that natural environment that the dinosaurs and the prehistoric species had in the past. Again, they want it to be as natural as possible, and as I want to say as normal as possible, but for a dinosaur, I'm not sure is normal. But they want to remove those man-made constructs.
Yes.
So you'll be using invisible fences, invisible gates. So you'll be in your valley. The dinosaurs will keep inside those enclosures, because even though they're invisible, they are still there.
Yeah.
But
it's a way to sort of keep them in line, and like
exactly,
it's a barrier.
So it will work just like one of the traditional fences, but there'll be no visible kind of vertical boundary there.
For sure. And I think,
but those two things combined means that you're going to have a really natural environment of Biosyn Valley. There's going to be a lot less of those man-made buildings and constructs that you're going to be in.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have a small screenshot of what the Biosyn research compound looks like, and then during the campaign you will be basically helping Biosyn build this, and so this is your sort of main base of operations.
That's right. You'll be working in the valley around this research compound. When you start the campaign, there's nothing. It's not started to be built yet, and you're going to be working alongside some of the characters from the movie to build that. And from that point on, as you're building it, you're going to get access to different amber mines and create those amazing new dinosaur species.
Yes, and so the Biosyn Valley map is also going to be available in sandbox mode, as will the Biosyn buildings. So that includes the invisible fences and the Hyperloop transportation network. So there's a lot of things you can. There's a lot more you can do now in your sandbox mode parks once, if you pick up this DLC and add it, pick up this expansion and add all these things into your sandboxes.
But the Hyperloop isn't on every building, but there'll be some key buildings that you can now connect via the Hyperloop. You don't need to connect them using paths anymore, but there'll be some operations buildings that kind of still need that traditional path connection point. Yes. So between the two of them, you can now create some really nice, beautiful vistas in those sandbox modes. And as you say, Biosyn Valley will be available to players in sandbox mode as well. As
will the new map that we're introducing for the new Chaos Theory level, which you talked a bit about it earlier, but where you're essentially protecting dinosaurs from rustlers coming in to steal them. We're gonna keep it fairly sort of
high level,
surface high level.
So, as you. The Chaos Theory is inspired by the events of Jurassic World Dominion. If you might have seen some of the footage from the trailer, there are some kind of nefarious types in the new movie, and we felt that would be a great opportunity to add some new gameplay and some new challenges for you as a player. So we've got a new rustler mechanic. very technical term, but we have rustlers essentially. They will come into your park and try and steal your dinosaurs. So as you're trying to build and develop a bigger park, a bigger facility, these rustlers will come in and try and take your dinosaurs away. And we're going to provide players with different ways to stop that from happening. And it's, as Emma's been through earlier with the new challenge maps, we've been looking at new ways to make sure that each map feels unique, each level feels unique in what the player's doing, and this Chaos Theory will definitely feel that compared to some of the other Chaos.
For sure.
So yes.
I haven't been able to check it out just yet, but I've seen some of the screenshots and seen some footage from it.
It's been a lot of fun to
different.
develop and to play. It's a really good map.
Yeah. There's a comment here from D Bizzle from YouTube saying, "Thank you guys for making a beautiful game and adding such amazing things." I mean, our pleasure, really.
Yeah,
I mean, I have been so excited about this. I think I just got a massive adrenaline rush once we hit the trailer earlier. Inside the Hound saying, "Can June 10th come already?" We're going to have to wait a couple days.
Yeah, so go see the film. Go see the film on June 10th, and then June 14th, you can pick up the Dominion Biosyn Expansion and experience all the things that we've got in the DLC for yourself.
It's going to be really, really fun. I think it's going to be really, really cool. And yeah, like I mentioned, the new campaign map and the Chaos Theory map will also be available in the sandbox, both as a flattened and normal terrain option.
Yes.
And if you're choosing the normal terrain option for the Biosyn Valley map, the research compound building will be a part of the map.
Yeah, you can connect some of the buildings to it as hyperloops. It will function as kind of the arrival point, but also as a way for you to access your research and your fossils. So it's a functional building that's embedded as part of the map.
And I think that's a really, really cool way of not just having it as a sort of decorative thing, but like actually having it as a piece of the sandbox map. I think that's really, really cool. So let's quickly recap everything in the...
You say quickly.
Or like this
is a lot.
Let's slowly recap everything that's in the Dominion Biosyn Expansion. So we mentioned a new campaign.
Yep.
New Chaos Theory level. There are also new Biosyn themed buildings because you are working alongside with Biosyn in the campaign. So new Biosyn themed buildings and some new gameplay features and mechanics that come along with these buildings. There are new dinosaurs and prehistoric species. So 4 new prehistoric species. We've got the Pyroraptor, we've got the Therizinosaurus, we've got the Dimetrodon, and the Quetzalcoatlus. Please excuse me if I'm messing. I'll go into the species viewer after the stream and just hit the pronunciation guide a few times. And there's also some new skins and variants coming. So we've got a Dreadnoughtus variant, we've got a Giganotosaurus variant, we've got a scarred skin for the T-Rex, we've got a feathered skin for the T-Rex, we've got a new skin for Dilophosaurus, and 3 new skins for Parasaurolophus, all based on how they look in Jurassic World Dominion, the film. I think I've touched on everything.
I believe you have, yes.
And then, as I mentioned, the Biosyn buildings, the Biosyn Valley map, and the Chaos Theory map available in sandbox mode as well. And we will go into some more details on some of these gameplay mechanics in a write-up in the future. And so please be on the lookout for that. There's going to be more information about how all these things sort of work and connect together.
This is just the beginning. We're just announcing it's coming out. We have 2 weeks at least until June 14th, so there's going to be lots more information about more of the detail to come.
So all of that coming out June 14th. At the cost of, again, we should, of course, repeat this. The Dominion Biosyn Expansion is a paid DLC for about £16, €20, or $20 is going to be the price of this expansion. But there's also going to be a free update coming out alongside the DLC. And so we're going to pivot now from what was paid content into what's free content.
That's right.
Yeah. So just to sort of delineate, big line. So we talked about paid content. Now we're going to talk about free content. That's coming out also on June 10th. June 14th. My bad.
The film is June 14th. The film is June 10th.
Yes.
Update
on the 14th.
There you go.
So we're going to talk about some free update stuff that's coming out.
So as well as the Chaos Theory levels now being challenge maps as part of that update, we have a ton of other new things that we're adding as part of that update, as well as some other quality of life improvements as well that we wanted to do ourselves, but also we've been listening to you guys in the community as well of things that you'd like to see. So
we're going to quickly...
I'm as excited about all the things we put in update 4, update 3. It's the June 14th. It's the dates.
It's all the numbers.
Like in update 3, in the free updates in update 3, and the quality of life, as I am of the paid excitement. Both are really dear to my heart. We put so much work and effort into these.
Yes. So I saw there was a question on in chat there already. Will the dinosaurs be in the free update? No, all the prehistoric species that we mentioned earlier are part of the paid DLC, the Dominion Biosyn Expansion. And so what we're talking about now, what we're going to show you now, is part of a free update.
Yep.
So just to...
Or for all players.
Yes, delineate that for all players, for all platforms.
If you update your game on June 14th, you'll get update 3, all of these
Yes.
improvements, all of your quality of life, without paying for anything.
So I think then
So
that we can...
What's the first one we're going to go through?
So the first one we're going to go through is something that is... Yes, the first one we're going through is dinosaur wrangling, which is a new mechanic that we're adding in. So I prepped a sandbox mode park here already.
Okay.
And so we're gonna take a look at what the big park... You know what? I'm going to show what the park looks like.
So let's explain dinosaur wrangling.
I'm just going to show what the park looks like first off. And then so right here we have 2 enclosures. One here and one over here, and we've got some Parasaurolophuses. And so normally...
But they're separate.
They're separate, yeah. They're 2 groups of Parasaurolophus, but I want to put them together.
Okay.
And normally I would tranquilize them and I would move them by helicopter.
But what if there was another way?
What if there was another way?
Another way.
And now there is another way.
So sorry to like leading you to say sorry. I know exactly what it is.
It's fine.
Sorry, everyone.
It is fine.
What if there was another way?
Yes. And that is dinosaur wrangling.
Dinosaur wrangling.
Please talk
So
a bit about
dinosaur wrangling is a way for you guys as players, as park managers in your ranger teams to summon various dinosaurs and then send them to different places as well. So you have the ability to summon them as a cone, so if you wanted to target a specific one, or if you wanted to summon them to you in a circle as well. So it will bring all of the dinosaurs that are inside that radius towards you. So
right now I got the circle, and
that will bring all of them together.
So I think everyone should be able to hear that they're doing a whistle. They're basically trained.
We're not hearing it, but you should hopefully will be. But yes, the ranger teams will whistle them over, and if they're inside that circle, they'll come towards the ranger team, and then you can send them ahead of you. So it will send all of the dinosaurs in this radius. Semicircle, in that radius, over to a certain location in the distance. It will automatically open the gates for you as well. So if you want to send them into an enclosure in the distance, as Jens is doing now, it will open that gate automatically and send them over there.
And so as long as they're inside this cone, or this cone, then they will obey me if I tell them to go anywhere, and they will.
If they are herbivores, they will obey you. They will come towards you if they're summoned and send. In sandbox mode, we have added an option for you to target. It will work on all of the dinosaur types on the land. So if you can wrangle carnivores in sandbox mode if you turn that on, but the default experience for players in all the levels will be like this. And this will work in any level, anywhere that you're using a ranger team throughout the game. Now you can have this functionality, you have this behavior for your ranger team. So you have now moved your Parasaurolophuses together.
I have, yes.
Happy.
And they are now, should be part of the, well, eventually they will just integrate with the herd that's already here and become part of the group. Yeah,
once they've kind of settled into the position that you've sent them in, they will then naturally start forming their territory. But we found it's a great new behavior for the ranger teams, and allow you to be really powerfully move your herbivores from one enclosure to the next. My favourite one is trying to move lots of herds of sauropods that are moving very slowly, and you're like, come on guys, can you just move a bit? Come on, keep on moving. But it's a great new behaviour, and it's been a real pleasure adding this, and I'm looking forward to it.
It is funny that you mentioned for sandbox mode that you could do it with the carnivores, because there was a question in chat: can I do it with 4 very famous velociraptors?
You could, yes.
So you could do it in sandbox mode.
Put down 4 the ranger team, and then the ranger team and the raptor squad from Jurassic World, and then wrangle them and kind of recreate that feeling of you being Owen Grady.
Yeah. So this dinosaur wrangling mechanic is part of update 3, which is free, coming out on June 14th. And so you can then use this to summon dinosaurs towards you, send them off to a certain place. You can, for example, let's say you have like I have 2 groups of dinosaurs you want to move from one place to another very quickly, or you can split groups up this way
So if
as
you wanted to
well,
just
if you have
move-
too many of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can target a specific one with the summon cone. So if you just want to target a specific one, be like, hey, you come over here, I'm going to send you to this enclosure. It's a more natural, kind of more, I want to say realistic, but it just involves you not having to tranquilize and move them across using the big helicopters. It's just a way to get you down close with your dinosaurs in a nice way. So
Some of that sort of personal
Yeah, exactly, that's what I
connection
mean, it gives you, you know-
that Owen Grady is really fun
yeah,
of.
as opposed to solving the problem with your ACU in your capture teams, just using your rangers.
Yeah. However, we are going to do some updates to the transportation stuff as well.
Because if you want to use the
Yes.
transport teams to move your dinosaurs, we've also made it a bit easier for you to move large groups of dinosaurs at once.
Yes. So I'm just going to tranquilize 4 of these Parasaurolophuses here, and once that gets underway, we will show off a new update to
I just want to say, your Parasaurolophuses, your colours are incredible.
yes, they look absolutely amazing.
I like how you've chosen the most wonderful, vibrant colours.
I did just hit the random button a few times.
Okay, I gave you lots of credit that you just was like, I don't want none of this credit.
I mean, I feel like credit where credit is due for the game for choosing the vibrant body and
That's why
pattern colors.
The random picker from the gene editor is great because of this. It's like it just allows you to get them together. So.
All right, so now I think we've got at least 3. There might be a 4th one that's being
yeah. So now we've added
tranquilized is what I'm
we've
trying
added
to say.
this multi-select mode. So you
Yes.
can now select multiple dinosaurs that are tranquilized at once. You select the ones you want to move. You then finalize that selection, and then it will move all of them to where you want to. So we just improve the steps of you moving groups of dinosaurs at once.
And then this also works like you can queue up multiple species, I
Yes.
believe, as well. So let's say you have Parasaurolophus and Nasutoceratops in a single enclosure, and you want to split them apart. Why would you? But maybe you want to. Then you can trank them all, and then tell your transport team to pick up this group and then pick up that group as one order, and then it will send them to different locations where you want to send them.
Yeah, it's really it's a real improvement to the system that we had, because we've had some feedback that kind of moving a lot of the dinosaurs. I think it's in the Jurassic Park 3 Chaos Theory level where we have lots of dinosaurs coming in. It was a way to improve the experience of that, especially, but one that will be available to players in all levels.
Yeah.
So I find it's great, as you say, splitting dinosaurs up in different groups, but also it avoids me having moved 1 Parasaurolophus and then it moved 7 Nasutoceratops and then it moved the last 3, and my 1 Parasaurolophus that got there first is like, hey, I'm all by myself and now I'm not happy.
I'm lonely. Let me out.
With Parasaurolophus is probably fine, but if it's a carnivore and it's already formed its territory and then it's unhappy because it's alone, and it means that you're going to avoid those issues where we were making conscious choices about the order of things. Now you have a lot more control in what you're doing.
Yes.
When you're moving dinosaurs.
You can even, I believe, sell them all at once you've multi-selected them.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't want to say yes because I can't remember exactly.
Okay,
So I'm going to say maybe, but it just sound like something we would have done to make that whole experience of multi-selecting dinosaurs and transporting them at once.
So now, well, these paras need to. They're panicking a little bit, but once they've integrated together again, then they will be happy and healthy. And immediately, content. Dinosaurs.
It's just like how you've used the ranger team to put them all together, and then you're like, actually, no, I've made a big mistake. Let's get the helicopters in and
let's
just
put them back in. Let's put them back again. It's fine. This is what we've made.
Everything's now reset.
Everything is reset. Yes. Another thing that's coming in the free update 3, in update 3, which is free. That's a mouthful. Is some enhancements to park tours and a new park tour.
Yes.
For one of the building sets.
So we've added a new tour for the DFW building set. It was a building set that didn't have
right here.
A tour
So
ride.
you got the logo on it.
So now the DFW building set has a tour. So if we're building sandbox levels and wondered why this one felt like it was missing, we've added this one as part of the free update as well. And we've also added some improvements to the park tours themselves. So they will now act as transportation, which has been you guys in the community have been asking for a while now. So now you can connect up different, to make sure I get this right, different separate areas of your park can now be connected via your park tours. And in those locations, you don't need to have a path or connection point for some of the buildings as well. So,
yes. So this area here is connected to these 2 areas here via the park tour. So
great example.
As Rich said, the park tour now provides transportation.
So it
from
will affect
place
your
to place.
transport rating as well. So
Yes.
again, it's been a request from the community. We do go through it as a team, and you do some wonderful reports that give me that information about what the community have been asking for and where they want some improvements. And this is something we've been very excited to add.
Yeah. Also, something you can do is as a setting is to change the vehicle capacity. So you can do one vehicle per X amounts of meters up to, I think it's around 200. And so yeah, I've just put it to 60 right here because there's going to be to have a lot of tour vehicles, so you can see a lot of them going through. And just, you know, it's, oop, I was going to zoom in on one of them. Where is it? There we go. So it's very sort of in style with the DFW, I would say, and you've even got the DFW logo on the side there as well. So if you're into making sort of facility style parks using the DFW building set, now you've got a tour that can accomplish that. This sort of fits into with everything. So I think this looks looks really, really good and fits in with the DFW building set and style of building. And yeah, I think this is it's great. I just like it. I like it quite a lot. And so this is also part of the free update, also coming June 14th. And then last but not least, we also got some additional quality of life enhancements, one of which I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to ask if people can see what's different here to other parks.
You've learned how to make your paths look nicer.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, but there's something about this area, and maybe people will be able to see what the difference is. I'm going to see if someone in chat can yep, Grimpaw, immediately, you've got 3 science labs. Yes, I do. With update 3, we're adding in the ability to have multiple operations buildings.
That's right.
As essentially decoration.
Yeah, so you put down the first one, and that's going to be kind of the operations building, was how I was going to really badly describe it. But that's the functional one. That's the one that allows you to access some of the menus, the management systems. So that one becomes kind of the main one. And then every other version of the building you add after that is purely for decoration. So now you can have multiple versions of those buildings, which again, feedback from you guys in the community about improvements that you wanted in sandbox mode. So,
yes.
Jens is taking full advantage by having multiple science buildings, because he just loves the science building.
I also have multiple expedition centers, and I think I can also have multiple arrival points.
Again, I'm
I'm
confident,
very sorry.
but I don't want to be. You put me on the spot, and I don't know for sure, so I don't want to promise something that's not there.
But yeah,
yes, these buildings definitely can be decorative.
Yes, so. And so you can have multiples of different operations buildings, and some of them, as you see here, I click on this and it says this is decorative, but then I just click to go to operation and it goes to the first one I placed, and this is where I do my research, this is where I keep my fossils, this is where I keep our decorations. And yeah, so there's no power source here because I have unlimited power for my park. So one building will serve as the functionality building. Everything else will serve as decoration.
Correct.
Last but certainly not least, there's also something else different in this park that maybe people haven't noticed. So I'm just going to see if anyone can see if there's something
at the map.
If there's something missing from these enclosures. So I just want to see if chat can pick up if there's something missing from these enclosures, quote unquote missing, or if something I've left out.
Yeah.
Something says trees. No, not there. There are trees there.
Can I do a hint, Jens?
Grimpaw again.
Grimpaw again.
Coming in with the correct answer.
He's just in. They're just in here.
Immediately, they're reading my mind. There are no ranger posts.
That's right. And why is there no ranger post, Jens?
Because after update 3 goes live, you can turn off dinosaur checks in sandbox mode.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're no longer need in sandbox mode to have a ranger post and assign ranger teams, or have the ranger teams perform those periodic checks for you guys in sandbox mode. So now you'll get the status of your dinosaurs constantly if you turn that sandbox setting on.
Yes.
And again, wonderful feedback from you guys in the community of what you'd like to see. So
Grimpaw saying that they've got the eyes of a raptor and the attention of a compy. So 1 plus 1 minus, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, they absolutely nailed it both times. But yeah, I am 100% aware of what my Parasaurolophuses need in terms of cohabitation area, what have you. But there are no ranger posts here. There are no status checks happening. Another thing that is also going to be added in is that you can turn off dinosaur injuries. So if you want to just have a very peaceful place for your dinosaurs to be living, just make a big old peaceful valley, then you can turn off dinosaur injuries as well once update 3 goes live on June 14th.
And there's more quality of life improvements as well.
Yes.
So this is just just a couple of the ones that you guys in the community would love.
Yes, and I already saw that there were a lot of people going, "Oh, no ranger posts! Oh, cool! Yes, woo, I like this. Wonderful." So yes, that is one of the things that you can absolutely do once update 3 rolls around. And of course, the full list of changes and like the full patch notes will be released on June 14th. But I'm sure people already have
always
questions.
Lots of fun for us to put together and for us to go through as a group of just of all the amazing things that we've been working on, and we're going to give you guys in the community.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna bring us to just about the end of the stream. It's been a packed 90 minutes, I'd say. Also, before I forget to mention it, the Chaos Theory Challenge Mode maps that we talked about earlier, part of Update 3, that's also coming June 14th. So to, again, try to quickly summarize and recap everything. The Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Biosyn Expansion, a paid DLC, is launching June 14th. Included in that is 4 new prehistoric species: Pyroraptor, Therizinosaurus, Dimetrodon, and Quetzalcoatlus, and a Dreadnoughtus variant, a Giganotosaurus variant, a T-Rex scarred skin and a T-Rex feathered skin, a new 2022 skin for Dilophosaurus, reflecting how it looks in Jurassic World Dominion, and 3 new skins for Parasaurolophus, also reflecting how they look in Jurassic World Dominion. There's also a new campaign focused on Biosyn. There is a new Chaos Theory level, in which you are trying to save your dinosaurs from dinosaur rustlers, and yeah, there's some decorations in there as well.
So the Biosyn buildings, the Biosyn decorations.
Yes.
That's everything that's in the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Biosyn Expansion.
And the campaign map and Chaos Theory map,
I forgot about that.
fully usable in sandbox mode, and the Biosyn research compound from the campaign, also usable in sandbox mode as part of that specific map.
Yep.
That is the paid stuff. So that is about that is launching June 14th. It will cost about £16 or €20 or $20. Then also launching on June 14th is a free update for everyone, which has in it 5 new maps for challenge mode, which are based on the Chaos Theory scenarios, 1 for each level. There is a new dinosaur wrangling mechanic. There are enhancements to transportation, basically your transportation teams. There are enhancements to park tours, so you can now use them to link up various areas of your park. There's also a new tour coming in for the DFW building set. And we've got some quality of life enhancements where you can have multiple operations buildings, and you can fully turn off status checks and dinosaur injuries in sandbox mode. And I think that covers everything we've talked about for the last 90 minutes.
That is a hefty 90-minute stream, Jens. Well done.
Thank you very much. It's good that I have a list in front of me. And yeah, head to our forums to read everything in our announcement. If you missed any of the stream, you can also watch it again, obviously, on YouTube or on Twitch. I believe there should be a link already over on, yes, both on YouTube and on Twitch, whether or not, wherever you're watching us. So yeah, that's a lot. It is quite a lot, but it's very, very exciting. I am incredibly excited about both this free update and the DLC, and I'm jazzed to finally be able to talk about this. What about
glad
you,
it's
Rich?
off your chest. I'm very excited.
I feel lighter. Do you?
No. Okay. I will feel like this for at least 2.5 weeks.
Sure.
All right.
That's
but
fair.
I just want to say thank you so much for there's so much amazing stuff in the Dominion Biosyn expansion and in Update 3, and just a thank you to the development team, the game team, and everyone involved to bring it all together, because there's so much amazing stuff for the community to get their hands on. They've all been stars in the office. So
I really want to know, chat, if you have a favorite of the new prehistoric species that are coming in the Dominion Biosyn expansion. I mean, do you have a favorite of them? It's difficult to choose. I'm
probably going to say the Dimetrodon because of the sail. It's and the way it moves around the environment. It just always makes me smile.
Yeah, so. I'm from when I was a child, a huge fan of Dimetrodon. I think it was sort of the sail and the way it looked very, very different from other dinosaurs. Now I know it's not technically a dinosaur, but and also the Pyroraptor just looks absolutely incredible.
On my own experience, I find it's very difficult to explain that to a 5-year-old when you're looking at a toy and going, no, that's that one is nice, but it's a non-mammalian snapshot. No, dinosaur.
Actually, Billy, it's yeah, I mean, there's a lot of love for all of the prehistoric species. Yeah, Dimetrodon is mentioned, Therizinosaurus is mentioned, the Quetzalcoatlus mentioned, obviously, and just a lot of favorites for everyone in chat here. So yeah, once again, the Dominion Biosyn expansion and free update number 3 coming June 14th to all platforms, to Jurassic World Evolution 2, and it's quite a lot. And thank you so much to everyone for watching. Thank you to you, Rich, for joining me on the couch.
Thank you for having me yet again. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
And thank you to the community as well for allowing me to come back.
Yeah, and of course, thank you to Emma for joining me for the first 30 minutes of the stream as well. Thank you to the mod team for moderating, to Osric and Heather G, and also to Francesca from the community team for also keeping it down in chat. I saw your name pop up now and again. So you've done an amazing job helping out during the stream as well. We're going to be back. So yeah, a bit of a programming note. Next week is a bank holiday here in the UK. So there will not be a Jurassic World Evolution stream then, but we'll be back with a new Jurassic World Evolution stream, at least planning on for June. That would be the 10th, actually, I believe.
Yes, the Friday after would be June the 10th.
Yes, it would be. So June 10th, we're back with a new stream. Keep an eye out for the stream announcement. And we're going to play the trailer one last time. But before we do that, from Rich and myself, goodbye, everyone.
Bye,
see you around.